everybody, and welcome everybody again at on Saturday at 11 a.m. As you know, last week was on 21st. That was World Alzheimer's Awareness Day and World Alzheimer's Day, and September is the Alzheimer's Awareness Month. Now, more than that, I think everybody has obvious doubts that what memory loss is and what age-related memory loss can be, because uh, a lot of people have बहुत सारे लोग सोचते हैं कि just because I forget something, do I have Alzheimer's? And that is not usually the case. So just trying to touch upon age-related memory loss. So yes, most people are very much worried about memory loss, and we also need to recognize more serious problems as we grow older. See, I'm sure कि सब लोगों ने कभी ना कभी चाबी इधर रखे होंगे, and you must have left forgot some names, I'm sure, and also maybe forgotten a phone number. So when you're young, even you don't even need to sometimes pay attention to these lapses, but as you grow older, yes, you will have to. And perhaps it can be that you just start the talk about a movie, and you feel like, I remember the movie, but I'm not remembering the name. I remember the price. So then maybe you're giving directions to your house and suddenly blank out, or in the middle of the kitchen wondering what's okay. I'd come for something, but I am not really knowing why I came for. Memory lapses, of course, can be very frustrating, but at the same time, that's not the only concern. And age-related memory loss is not the same thing as dementia. So as you grow older, sometimes obviously there can be glitches in your brain functions. So as you will take longer time maybe to even as you as the obviously the brain functions, you'll always be taken for granted. Then things like brain changes are inevitable. So major memory problems is not one of them. So it's not because just because you're aging, you'll always have major memory problems. So what are these age-related memory loss which are there? Uh, See, at any age, the brain is capable of making new cells, but as it is muscle strength, as we say, if you don't use it, then you will obviously lose it. So things like lifestyle, आप कैसे चीजें कर रहे हैं, आपके habits, डेली एक्टिविटीज, ये सब आपके ब्रेन के हेल्थ को अफेक्ट करती है. सो I just need to take this call. Just was saying, wherever you age, there are many ways you can improve your skills, especially try to prevent your memory loss. Now, one is of course your ability to do things you have always done and continue to do often will be largely unaffected by normal aging. Then usually your wisdom and knowledge which you have acquired from your life experiences, that is also highly unlikely to sort of you can say lose out. Then your common sense and your ability to form reasonable judge arguments and judgments, even that will not be lost. Now, the three causes, I mean, the usual causes of age-related memory losses, there is a place known as hippocampus in the brain. So it 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 is involved with the formation and retrieval of memories. So in that case, that often sort of decreases in size, so it will deteriorate with age. Then hormones and proteins which are there, which help in protection and repairing of your brain cells, that will also decline a bit with your age. And often decreased blood flow might be there to the brain, which can impair memory, and ultimately it can affect a change in the cognitive skills. But what is normal forgetfulness versus dementia? I think that is something a lot of people are concerned about. So occasional lapses, if they actually happen in your short-term memory, they will always be a part of normal aging, and they'll never be. It will not be a serious warning sign uh, for maybe Alzheimer's or even huge amount of dementia. So only thing is you just need to be wary. So these memory losses are quite common in older adults and generally not warning signs. These include occasionally you are forgetting, of course, where you have left things you use basically regularly, such as what you call, such as glasses or even keys. Then forgetting names, लोगों के नाम भूलना, and blocking one memory with a similar one. For example, calling a grandson by your son's name. Maybe that can happen occasionally. Then occasionally forgetting an appointment, walking into a room and then forgetting ki kyun, why did you enter? So even that can sort of happen sometimes. And easily being distracted, distraction, concentration thoda nahi rehna, and then not remembering what you've read or even the details of a conversation. Then another thing is not being able to quite retrieve the information, which usually it is बोलते ना कि मतलब almost आ गया है, but बोल नहीं पा रहे कि it's almost at the tip of your tongue, but you are not able to sort of say. Now another important thing is, does your memory loss affect your functioning? Functioning means by your daily performance, ability of doing things. Now, in age-related memory loss, usually it will should not affect your function. So, normal age-related memory loss, what will happen is you will be able to function independently. आप normal activities कर पाएंगे. Occasionally, maybe बीच में थोड़ा memory lapses रहेगा. But अगर डिमेंशिया है तो कभी कभी डिफिकल्टी आपको होगा, जैसे बिल्स पे नहीं कर पाएंगे, फिर ड्रेसिंग अप्रोप्रिएटली नहीं हो पाएगा, वॉशिंग अप नहीं हो पाएगा, फॉरगेटिंग how to do things you have done many times. Then secondly, able to recall and describe incidents of forgetfulness. Maybe that, I mean, you will still be able to recall and be like, अरे हाँ वो मैं भूल गया था, but then फिर याद आ गया. But in dementia, you will not be able to recall anything, and there will be no specific instances जो आपको याद रहेंगे. Then in normal age-related memory loss, you might just basically pause to remember all the directions, but you will not get lost in familiar places. So you'll pause and to remember, but आप कभी भी घूमेंगे नहीं. Then, but in case of dementia, you will get lost, you will be disoriented, you will not be able to follow even routine directions. So maybe it will be the one which will really sort of set the alarm bells. Then in normal age related memory loss, again, occasional difficulty you might have in finding the right word, but you will not have any trouble in basically holding any conversation. You will still be able to sort of able to be in the conversation, talk about things. But in dementia, words will be frequently forgotten, they will be misused, phrases and stories might be repeated again and again, and that will become very difficult to handle. Then in normal age related memory loss, you will not have a difficulty in having a judgment about things, and also in decision जो आप लेना चाहते हो उसमें भी कोई difficulty आपको नहीं होगी. But in dementia you will have trouble making choices, and that is when there might be a problem. Now the concern that we have is there is a stage known as mild cognitive impairment. तो ये एक स्टेज है जो नॉर्मल एज रिलेटेड मेमोरी लॉस और डिमेंशिया के सीरियस सिम्टम्स आने के पहले आता है. और हम चाहते हैं, we want that कि at this level, if we are able to detect things, then we will be able to maybe detect it early and hopefully not, try to arrest the progress to a severe form of dementia. So इसमें MCI जो कहते हैं, इसमें क्या होता है, देयर कैन बी प्रॉब्लम्स विद मेमोरी, फिर लैंग्वेज में प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, थिंकिंग में हो सकता है, जजमेंट में हो सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एज यू एज इट्स नॉर्मल कि some problems remembering the names of people, but the difference is it's not normal to forget the names of people you see every day. जैसे friends है, family आप देख रहे हो close, and आप recall भी नहीं कर रहे हो, तो मतलब that basically might be an indicating कि after a significant amount of time also you're not able to recall. So that might be that कि maybe there is a something known as an MCI. Uh, then common symptoms इसमें क्या होता है, frequently losing, misplacing things, forgetting conversations, appointments, events, every month. ये frequently हो रहा है, it's not that it just happens once in a while. And difficulty in understanding the flow of a conversation. तो मतलब समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि what's actually the talk about. Then when you try to get involved also, there isn't much output as far as you are concerned. So I think it's very important that you know when to see a doctor for memory lapses. Now, if memory lapses are becoming too frequent and so noticeable, maybe for you and the family member, then it's best that you have to just do the memory screening. And personal risk factors you have to assess. Risk factors like cardiac risk factors, then a bad sleep, and always try to eliminate the reversible causes, because there are reversible causes like thyroid deficiency, then vitamin B12, folic acid deficiency. And earlier we are able to obviously diagnose, we'll be able to improve hopefully the quality of life. I think that's something which is very important. Then just touch upon reversible cause of memory loss also, thyroid problems, then dehydration, side effects of medications. These can all sort of be uh, a reversible causes of memory. It's also important that how do we sort of compensate for memory loss? How do we make sure that memory loss is prevented? So one of the most important things is try to say social people who are not socially engaged with families, friends, relatives. There is a stronger chance that they might have a. Then yes, always face-to-face interaction is really good for the brain, but in this particular pandemic, I would still say it's better that you still are in touch with people, even on the online platform, so that you obviously are able to be in touch rather than not being in touch with people if it is not there in the online. It helps in reducing stress, yes. And whenever in person you meet people, I'm not sure whether it happens a lot with young people, that in spite of being in the room, in spite of meeting people, there is just uh, too much of concentration on your mobile or on the technology that you have. So it's all about meeting people. So when you meet people, try to maybe talk more to them rather than focusing on the device or the mobile that you have. Then try to manage stress, because stress damages the brain over time and it can lead to problems. So stress management, whether it's meditation, whether it's uh, any hobby, that's important. Then try to get good amount of sleep. I think sleep is very important, because in sleep is when your memory gets consolidated, and then new memories can be stored so that they can be retrieved. If sleep is very less, then that can be a big problem. Then you have to see what you eat. So things like walnuts are supposed to be good. Then too many calories eating is not very good for the brain. Exercise regularly. at least have maybe cardio, strength training, both. Then try to exercise your brain. I think that is very important. How do you do that? By playing games which you're not already familiar with. That can involve strategy, includes like chess, bridge, or Scrabble. Try crossword puzzles, word puzzles, number puzzles like Sudoku. Try to read newspapers, magazines, books that challenge you. Keep learning. I think learning is very, very important. Whether it's learn new things like games, maybe new recipes of making the food. If you're still driving, new routes for driving, then a musical instrument, or maybe even a foreign language, or maybe multiple languages in India, because India also has a rich exposure to language. Then try to take a course which you might be unfamiliar, and still unfamiliar subject that interests you. I mean, if you take something which is totally not does not interest you, then that might just be something which will put you down, and you will be you will be quite irritated. Then, of course, the more interested and engaged your brain is, the more there will be greater benefits of that particular experience. Then improve all the way you do your existing activities. For example, if you're already having a foreign language or any language, try to be more fluent in that. Then take on maybe a project wherever it is, could be at home, whether it is to build your garden or refurbish things. So that requires planning, execution. So that is also something which will put you amongst that particular the brain, you can say, active. And in a way it will also give you a challenge. At the same time, you're taking something up, and if you complete it, you obviously will feel good about it. Then if obviously you have I mean, if you have memory loss and you suspect that something is wrong, or you want to allay your fears, it's always best that you show to a specialist. I mean, you can show to an elder care specialist or a neurologist uh, or a psychiatrist. These are the three people who usually see dementia. Of course, in elder care, you'll get more holistic. In neurology and psychiatry, obviously, they'll be trying to focus on their particular faculties. Then it's very, as far as you can say, probability or possibility of dementia you're having is concerned, it's very difficult to say, purely because not everybody who's above 70 will get dementia. But at the same time, you need to take you need to have these preventive measures. See, you can't cure dementia completely once you have it. So it's best that you try to delay it, or at least make sure that your things which are good enough so that you are able to have a good memory and having a good healthy life for a longer time. So thanks a lot for all your patient hearing. We still have time, I'm sure, for questions and queries. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. We'll allow anybody to ask questions to the doctor. My request is one at a time, as well as unmute yourself, ask your question, then mute yourself again. I'm just allowing unmuting now. Any questions for the doctor? In case you have any questions, please unmute yourself. Doctor, can I find out whether I have dementia by taking online consults?
Yeah, online you can, basically the screening can be done online through video consultation as well. I would say there are online tests anyways, but I would refrain from doing that purely because it's not always that a specialist is involved in that. So yes, online video consults can be done. Of course, depending upon what sometimes, if the element of the element of memory loss is a lot, then the screen can be difficult to handle for those particular persons. So in that case, an in-person consultation is always better.
Thank you, doctor. Any questions?
Yeah, doctor, I am not getting sleep in the night, so I take some tablets since quite some time. And because of some tragedy happened in the family, and I was not able to sleep. So now, from 1 mg, I have started. Then again 2 mg I have to take. And now it is during this time like all this depression. I don't know. I went under depression or not. I don't know. But I'm taking 3 mg, and so that gives me about 6 hours sleep. So is it okay?
Madam,
would
is this again, is this regarding memory loss? This is
No,
a,
no, it is not memory loss. It is sleeping, not getting the sleep.
can we restrict all questions to memory loss, please? Because that is the session today.
Okay,
Yeah?
okay,
Thank
okay.
you. This, Veena Iyer has a question. Where can we find memory scan clinics, and will a neurologist do the same?
Yeah, I mean, memory, there are a lot of, you can say, a lot of institutions in which the memory clinic obviously is there, whether it's in hospitals, whether it's neurology setups, whether it's with geriatrics. So that is also sort of happening. It's not that it's not happening. And yes, I mean, it's not necessary everybody has that memory clinic set up. A lot of neurologists, lot of geriatricians will do it themselves and then send to the psychologist, who's usually a neuropsychologist, is always a team member, because once whatever the level of dementia, we try to always involve uh, a neuropsychologist, purely because it's not only pharmacological but also non-pharmacological interventions which are happening, like art therapy, music therapy, and even reminiscence, in which the person just thinks about all the things. There is something known as mindfulness. So there is a lot of interventions which are not only with medicines, but usually medicines and non-medicine interventions will always occur at the same time, so that the benefit is there of both.
Thank you, doctor. Any other questions? You'll have to unmute yourself and then ask. Doctor, I think there are no more questions. Thank you very much again for this. I think this has been very, very helpful. I think memory is something which a lot of us are actually worried about. Even people who are younger are worried about, and this has been very helpful. Again, in case you want to contact the doctor for professional consultation, write to us and we'll connect you. Or if you go to our website, you'll find his contact details there. And thank you very much, doctor. I wish you a very, very nice weekend.
Yeah, thank you.